So today is day 14 of 40 days of praise with the Praising Child. And I've basically been talking about stories of my life, which I'm going to do through the 40 days, and singing some songs that mean a lot to me and are related to the stories, and a sing-along as well. So it's basically a lot of songs. Praising Child likes to sing, loves to sing, more like. Okay, and I'm using that opportunity to give praise and thanks to God. Like I mentioned yesterday, I do have a birthday wish. I'll talk about it more maybe midway through the meeting after the story. Okay, so we'll get started. Big thank you, everybody, once again. It's 8 o'clock. It's supposed to be 10 minutes, plus or minus 2 minutes, but less than 15 or not more than 15. That's the plan. Okay, so I know a lot of you are itching to hear about my second university, but I'm not getting there yet. Today, I'm going to talk about a youth center I attended sometime like final years of secondary school. And I'm going to talk about it because some of the things that we said there, some of the things that I learned there are still so useful to me today and have had a great impact on my life, okay? And it's going to have an impact on some of the other stories I'm going to tell, which is why I'm saying it in between. So today, as I said, I'm going to talk about the Grace Youth Center, and tomorrow I'm going to talk about experiencing poverty. So some of you think not everybody has experienced poverty, but yes, I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. Very interesting story. And then the day after, I'm then going to talk about how I landed in the second university. Okay, so straight to the story of today. So the youth center was called the Grace Youth Center, and it was a young couple that were hosting meetings there. Something similar to the meetings we host on Find the Link Relationships, which is a group I'm very involved with. Okay, for those that know about that, you can check the YouTube channel to know more about the relationships part. So it was there I learned about a proverb a day keeps the devil away. So most people will know about an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So that's not always the case. But yeah, it made me start reading through the Proverbs one by one since then. And I can't say I've always been consistent, but of course, if you're reading the Proverbs of the Bible, which are 31 chapters, if you're reading them one every day, you would have gone through the book of Proverbs about 12 times in a year. And it's definitely going to have an impact on how you think and how you behave. So yes, off and on, I've been doing that since that time, which was my teenage years, really. And then they told different stories about relationships. And one of the highlights, I won't go into the story, but the highlight of one of the stories was about the fact that your family may have an input in your life and in your decision-making, but you will live with your choices and you will bear the consequences of your own decisions. So that was a very important part of what we were taught there. It came as a story form, which I can share offline, but it will be too much detail for this meeting and this duration. And so they used to do a lot of choreography, which is dancing to music, which I absolutely loved. And there were some people that I really liked to see in the fellowship, and it was a great time. So all I can say is that maybe my heart was a bit unstable then, my eyes were everywhere, but it was a time that God was teaching me, God was helping me, God was grounding me. And that's why it's an important part of my story today. And the question I want to leave with us is that as we get older, are we getting too mature for our hearts to remain tender? It's so important that our hearts remain tender and don't become hardened by the experiences we have, so that we can relate compassionately with others and we can still relate with God in a childlike fashion. Very important. That's been on my heart today, about keeping our hearts tender. Okay, so the songs I'm going to sing today One of them is teach me your holy ways, O Lord. The second one is Lord, make me pure in heart. And the third is teach me to dance to the beat of your heart. So those first two, I actually learned them in that particular fellowship. And I'd like you to focus more on the wordings, even if you don't know the songs. Okay. So teach me your holy ways, O Lord. It is the cry of my heart to follow you. It is the cry of my heart to be close to you. It is the cry of my heart to follow all of the days of my life. Teach me your holy ways, O Lord, so I can walk in your truth. Teach me your holy ways, O Lord, and make me wholly devoted to you. It is the cry of my heart to follow you. It is the cry of my heart to be close to you. It is the cry of my heart to follow all of the days of my life. Open my eyes so I can see the wonderful things that you do. Open my heart up more and make me wholly devoted to you. It is the cry of my heart to follow you. It is the cry of my heart to be close to you. It is the cry of my heart to follow all of the days of my life. And the next song, and it is still the cry of my heart, it's not stopped being the cry of my heart to continue to be a follower of God and a lover of God. Okay, so the next song is Lord, make me pure in heart. Lord, make me pure in heart. Make my heart faithful and true. So when you look at me, it is your righteousness you see. Oh Lord, make me pure in heart. Lord, make me pure in heart. Make my heart faithful and true. So when you look at me, it is your righteousness you see. Oh Lord, make me pure in heart. So for those that don't know, righteousness just means right living. And it's not something we can do on our own. We need the help of God even to live rightly. So the third one for the song is Teach Me to Dance to the Beat of Your Heart. This is a dancey, dancey song, beautiful song. Teach me to dance to the beat of your heart. Teach me to move in the power of your spirit. Teach me to walk in the light of your presence. Teach me to dance to the beat of your heart. Teach me to love with your heart of compassion. Teach me to trust in the word of your promise. Teach me to hope in the day of your coming. Teach me to dance to the beat of your heart. You are the rhythm of life, created heaven and earth. In you is joy without measure. So like a child in your sight, I dance to see your delight, for I was made for your pleasure. Your pleasure. Teach me to dance to the beat of your heart. Teach me to move in the power of your spirit. Teach me to walk in the light of your presence. Teach me to dance to the beat of your heart. Let all my movements express a heart that loves to say yes, a will that leaps to obey you. Let all my energy blaze to see the joy in your face. Let my whole being praise you. Let it praise you. Teach me to dance to the beat of your heart. Teach me to move in the power of your spirit. Teach me to walk in the light of your presence. Teach me to dance to the beat of your heart. Thank you so much for listening to the songs. I hope you focused on the words. Great. So I'm just going to talk about what my birthday wish is. My birthday wish is to give a token to widows, orphans, and ministers, and all in the three categories will be indigent. So indigent means poor, needy, unable to access basic necessities of life. So it doesn't cover everybody, but that is the particular group that I'm very interested in at this time. Want to give them something for my birthday. I have something in mind. I'm working towards it. I'm trusting and believing that other people will be happy to be part of it and let this wish come true. So what I have in mind is 40 widows, 40 orphans, 40 indigent ministers. If there's somebody that you think should absolutely be on that list, please be in touch with me. And if you are wanting to be part of it and to give to this cause, kindly contact this number via text or WhatsApp. The number is 074 44 727 855. I'll take that again, 07 444 727 855. And if you're living outside the United Kingdom, just remove the 0 and put a plus and 44 in front of the 7. And you can send a text message or send a WhatsApp message to that number. Not quite picking calls. Yes, 07. Yes, thank you so much for that, for putting that in the chat. Okay, so I'm happy to see everybody. Please invite somebody that needs cheering up, needs some encouragement, and will be blessed by listening to these stories. It is supposed to encourage everybody. And I'm sure some of people will be wondering, what is she even fussing about? What is she thanking God for? But by the time I have finished with the 40 days, you yourself, you'll be saying, in fact, she should have been doing this kind of 40 days. She should have been doing it for the last 10 years. God has been very, very, very good to her. And I'm sure it will make you remember how much God has been good to you. And even the fact that you are here, you're alive, you're in your right mind, it is just a blessing. And I pray that God continues to give us grateful hearts, and He continues to fill our mouths with rejoicing and our hearts with gladness. Okay, so the sing-along is Tireni Oluwa. My hands, my feet, my whole body. That's the second one. And the third one is my hallelujahs belong to you. So we'll just sing them one after the other, no break. Okay. Tireni Oluwa, mo fi sílẹ̀ fún ọ. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi ọ̀tọ̀ mi alẹ́ mi o. Tireni Oluwa.
Alẹ́ mi o.
Tireni Oluwa, mo fi sílẹ̀ fún ọ. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi ọ̀tọ̀ mi alẹ́ mi o. Tireni Oluwa. Thank you to all those that have joined. And that means it is yours. My morning, my afternoon, my night belongs to God. And it just reminds us that whatever we have is God's and is a gift from God. The second one is a dancey song, which some of you might already know. My hands, my feet, my whole body, all that I am, will sing hallelujah to you.
Hallelujah to the Lord.
One more time. My hands, my feet, my whole body, all that I am, will sing hallelujah to you. Okay, and the last is, my hallelujahs belong to you. My hallelujahs belong to you. All of my praises belong to you. All of my praises belong to you. And I will be stopping it right there. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. We have a few more exciting stories coming up. As I mentioned, tomorrow I'll be talking about my experience with poverty. Very interesting story. And the day after, I will then be talking about how I landed in my second university. For those who have missed how I landed in the first university, you need to rewind, either on Facebook Live or on YouTube. So a lot more interesting stories coming, and it's going to be a great time. Thank you, everybody, once again for joining me, and hope to see you tomorrow. I wish you a wonderful week ahead.